going on, guys? I just finished watching this movie starring Christopher Walken called Communion. It came out in 1989, directed by a guy named Philippe Mora, and he's directed all kinds of fucked up movies. I looked up some of his releases. He's done this movie called Pterodactyl Woman, from Beverly Hills, Howling 3, Beast Within. I put some on my Netflix. Anyway, it stars Christopher Walken, and he plays this author named Whitley Strieber, and I guess this is based on a true story about this author's experiences with aliens. It's pretty cool movie. Like, I don't know if it's science fiction or not, but anyway, there's this writer, and he's struggling to come up with new ideas, so he decides to take a couple of his friends and his wife and kid to his cabin to go have a vacation, a little getaway in the woods. So they're that night, they have a good time. They go to bed, and then suddenly at night there's this big white light everywhere, and like aliens come and fuck around with him and stuff. And I guess everyone has an experience that night, and they want to go home. Ends the vacation abruptly, and Whitley's wondering about if he saw anything that night, and he decides to go and get hypnotic regression and has all these vivid memories. But these memories are so awesome. He's not scared of these aliens at any point. I remember in the first encounter in the movie with them, he's like, someone there, and he's all serious about the aliens, but wasn't deterred by them. And he's like, I don't know, I don't have subtitles for this movie, but just the dialogue between him and the aliens is so funny, because he's just joking around with them, giving them shit. He's not scared of the aliens at all, and it's just Christopher Walken just acting like a weirdo in space, and these goofy little alien things. I don't know, he's just acting silly in this movie, and I don't know. It was a pretty funny movie. I really liked it. It was very unusual. This little blue man, he's gonna get anal probed in this scene, and it's just very strange. Later on in the movie, he joins this group of people who also had alien encounters and stuff, and he's right in this scene right there, he's like, can I smell you? And he just wants to smell the alien. I don't know, he's acting like he's on drugs, and just, I don't know, these aliens abducted some guy who's just high or something. He's just acting a fool in space, but he's threatening the aliens and stuff. I'll kill you. Here comes the probe. He's I don't know, I just like how he acts towards the aliens. It's very calm, very serious, very kind of I don't know, it's very weird. There's a scene where he's walking around with a shotgun and just shooting up the house. He almost kills his wife with it, and it's just ugh. But yeah, ridiculous movie. It's got some alright effects, but I guess it's supposed to be serious, but I don't know. It's just really funny, just Christopher Walken giving aliens shit in their spaceships, and not acting too concerned about being on a spaceship at all. I don't know. Pretty weird, pretty far out movie. I really liked it. So I recommend this movie. You don't have to be a science fiction alien fanatic. If you just want some good Christopher Walken comedy, even though it's not a comedy movie at all. It's some sort of based on a true story thing. But I don't know. I busted a gut laughing throughout this whole movie. It was so funny. Yeah. We'll just let it play so you can see some of this alien shit going on. Oh, Christopher. Yeah, things get crazy out here. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Okay. That was a segment from YouTube reviewer Darren J. Shu? It's spelled with an OU. That doesn't make any sense. The one sponsor of Walken 101. It's ridiculous that I let him take up so much time as he does. And that wasn't even a segment. That was the whole thing. I'd say go out and check out his channel, but that's it. That's all he's uploaded in 11 years. And the channel description says he's out to review every movie. Every movie. That's where it ends. That's ever in human history, I guess. I don't have the figures in front of me, but it's a lot. You better get on it. Better do more than one a decade. You gotta do good. Anyway, let's jump back into it. Starting where we left off, I guess.
I wrote it down on a piece of paper once, and I had it on my computer when we were doing it over Skype, and I'd always look at it to confirm.
Yeah.
But now I don't know where that piece of paper is. I'm not in front of my computer. All is lost, essentially. All right, so Rook is
Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Isn't Rook supposed to be the voice? He's supposed to be the by the books.
Yeah, I think so.
And Brou is supposed to be the fucking asshole.
Yeah. You got Derek G. Brou, who's changed his name on Patreon to Out of Rehab and Back at the old WP80 word processor.
There's a lot to take in from that statement. He's out from rehab.
Yeah, are you being serious? If so, are you okay?
Are you okay? What happened? Or was it something in the script, possibly, saying that his... No. Rook never went through any rehab that I know of.
No, they have shady pasts for sure, but no, I don't know. So he's written another installment of Brou and Rook.
Here we go.
Previously on Brou and the Rook. We should add, like, music behind this. I'm
not going to do that.
I'll do it. I'll find some fun, like, New Yorky, like, Naked City type music to put behind this. Maybe some ambient cars driving by.
Let's see if I can remember what happened last time. There's Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
He had hot lead on Abby S.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. It has previously on Brou and the Rook.
Thank you.
Rook frightens Sasha plain and tall through an artful monologue into spilling it, and debate rages about which actor portrays which character. So I guess they're back at the station.
Life is imitating art now, or art is imitating life. It's all jumbled up together. We don't know what's up and down anymore. It's fucking chaos.
Yeah. So, I guess they're back at the station now. Got their captain walking. All right, kiddies, what do you got? Rook, Morpheus glasses. Our boy Sasha tells us members of the malign felines use tattoo insignias that designate the chapter they belong to, each with their own headquarters. So far, we found one in L.A., one in D.C., one right here in New York, and one in State Line Village, Idaho. 4 of the biggest goddamn prostitution and racketeering hubs in the country. We only know of these locales so far, but if the number of women with cat tattoos I've personally diddled is any indication, it might be upwards of 10,000 in Manhattan alone. My God, man! That's a lot of diddling. Brou, rubber band man. What we don't know is the specific locations of each chapter. He also dropped an unfamiliar name on us, Skeletor P. Funk. I'd run it through the database, but I can already tell you what we'd get. Bupkis. Nah, I'm putting code cracks on this one. And I do mean crackers. Yelling out into the desk area. Greg! Egg! Get in here!
Oh god, we're bringing these 2 nerds in.
Egg. Greg. The captain throws a file at them. I want a theory scribbled out in indecipherable chicken scratch on a dry erase board, like they do in that show Numbers, and I want it by 0700 hours. Get on it! Egg and Greg exit in the same nerdly manner they entered. Brou. Wait a minute, Captain. This is our investigation. Don't you trust us? Walken touching fingertips. And then that's an indication I need to be whispering. I can't get this mysterious Abby ass out of my mind. That's your job. Find her, so we can get this tedious story wrapped up, for God's sake. Anyway, I gotta run downstairs. There's a guy with a hot dog cart calling my name. I'd like to harass him until he gives me a free weenie. Captain Ronnie throws Brou a pair of keys and jogs to the door. Do me a favor and lock up my office for me. Oh, and fellas, nice work. So that's
probably the best walk-in performance we've had.
Oh, yeah?
I think so, thus far.
Oh, thank you.
One of my favorites.
I mean, it's all in the writing.
Fingertip touching.
Well, that was a good direction. When he said fingertip touching, I immediately kind of knew what to do. And it was like, all right, he's thinking, he's mulling things over. That's what he does when he's in businessman mode, when he's in power mode.
And then they bring out the anal probe. Oh, why'd you do that? How dare you? I'll kill you.
Our show is brought to you by Derek G. Brou, who's changed his name on Patreon to Just Kidding, I probably shouldn't joke about that kind of stuff. Probably referring to last week he said, just got out of rehab and back on the word processor or something like that. So, it's fine. You can joke about it. We just took you seriously because we don't know. Like
We don't know. It gets lost in the text here.
Yeah.
We're also stupid, so we don't.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, you could joke about it.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
a little joke here and there.
Yeah, you're a little bit of a jokester, aren't you?
Right.
So Derek Brou, and he's also written another installment of his ongoing buddy cop series, Brou and Rook, in which he incorporates the names of some of our patrons. And
Where did we leave off last time?
we left off. They had just spoken with Walken in the police station, and he gave them a file and just had them go on, another little mission here.
Yeah.
And when I edited this, I added in music from Lethal Weapon. So it was like, it sounded like Eric Clapton, like,
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. All right.
I also added a few sound effects in, like it's radio theater. Like when Egg and Grekberg came in, I had a door opening and then a door shutting. This is all extracurricular.
I had way too much fun with this now. Gotta reel it in a little bit.
Oh man, so last week on Brou and the Rook, the boys break down the malign feline tattoo connection for the captain, who then gives half the assignment away to the no-good, low-down, deceitful, crafty Egg and Greg, and then the writer makes light of addiction. So there's no Walken in this episode, but it is, we got some Brou and Rook here. So interior police station hallway, day, Walken's just thrown the thing, given them an assignment. Right. Brou and Rook leave the station bullpen and head for the elevator. Now, Brou is Rubber Band Face. Roy Scheider.
Can you believe this horse shit? The nerve. We find all the leads, we get blown up at all the exploding strip joints, we shake down the Sashas. What right does Captain Ronnie have to tell us it's not our problem anymore? What do Egg and Greg got that we ain't got?
Rook smirks affectionately.
What's funny?
Look at you, man. All huffing and puffing like the big bad wolf. We all feel a little threatened by Egg and Greg sometimes. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
You speak for yourself. And by the way, there's no we here.
I hate to be contrarian, but you've been saying we so much. I got half a mind to point you to the little boys' room. Brother, you and me, we're a we. And, okay, back to Rubber Band Face.
Listen, I don't bond with no one, got that? I am a big bad wolf, a lone one. And unless we discover right now that our mothers both have the same first name, or that we experience some similar childhood trauma where we both saw our fathers gunned down by corrupt police officers for not taking bribes, who went on not only to escape prosecution, but who are also presumably still out there somewhere working in law enforcement, or possibly in an even higher and more respected position in civil service, climbing their ill-gotten ladders in a sort of malevolent irony, inspiring both of us to become cops ourselves so we could hunt them down, or some other unremarkable minor coincidence happens right at this moment. I'm not gonna let you into this cold, hard shell, Buster. Not on your life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just want to go home, microwave a kid cuisine, and watch an episode of my favorite buddy cop drama, Whistle and Dixie. Rook takes his glasses off. That's my favorite show. There's a pause, then Brou slowly cracks a smile. Oh yeah? I just made that show up.
There's another pause, and then Rook cracks a smile of his own. No, you didn't. Brou pauses again, still confident.
Didn't I?
Another pause.
No.
Pause. As Brou and Rook stare at each other, stuck in a very odd and confusing stalemate, the elevator door opens, revealing its outdoor all-glass design and its proximity to the building's front entrance, promenade below, and visible half a block away, Bru's distant car sits parked in the shade, with an indistinct figure bent over next to it, their arm reaching inside through a broken window. And that's the end of this installment.
What an installment. Went off the rails there at one point.
It did, man.
All right, well, we look forward to next episode.
We look forward to the next episode, and I gotta get I've been bullshitting the Roy Scheider impersonation, but I got to get that down. Because I've asked you to read, you don't want to read this, so I got to do some research and try and get a good Roy Scheider
There's
impersonation.
not really it's pretty good enough.
It's just like a guy.
Yeah, Roy Scheider doesn't really have a...
The voice that I'm doing is I'm just imagining a really tight rubber band around my face.
Yeah.
That's constricting.
His nose is very smashed.
Was.
All right.
Was. Well, rest in peace.
Real G showing love, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that. All the boy be coming out, all my homegirl be showing love. But a lot of folk, man, they still be looking like they don't know who I'm is. So let me tell them who I'm is. Rubber band man, wild as the Taliban, rolls on my brain, get the large.
I went through and I created very short 2 to 3 second jingles for everybody's name. So, for example,
Oh boy! All right, here we go.
At the time,
Here we go.
this might be incredibly stupid,
This is we're getting weird now. We're getting it's wild,
weird, wild stuff. So this is Derek. First of all, this podcast is brought to you by Derek G. Brou.
Derek G. Brou. Derek. I thought you were gonna sing them yourself, but apparently you have gone the extra mile and you have made fucking this.
I had like
You
an
made
hour and a half time to kill the other day.
Oh my god.
So thank you, Derek G. Brou.
Derek G. Brou. Derek.
Moving right on down the list, we have Andre M. Burke.
Here we go. Andre M. Burke. He's an engineer.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm here. What I'm saying is ridiculous. I know. I don't know. I don't know.
99, 8?
I think we're at 99 at
We're
this
at
point.
99, okay. Before we blast into that past,
Yeah, baby.
before we blast all up in it,
We need to blast up all up in our Ronnies here. We need
blast
to get
up all on our Ronnies.
get all up in them guts.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm here.
This podcast we have 2 sponsors. Thank you, Derek G. Brou, for sponsoring Walken 101. And we'll see if he has another edition of... Yeah, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Last week on Rookie Brewster, Brou reveals a possible backstory from his character, which, I don't know, may also tie into Rook's backstory somehow if the writer isn't too Laz. Interior station hallway, day.
All right.
The elevator door opens, and people begin to exit as Brou and Rook wait to get on. And suddenly, Rook whips off his glasses. Hold the landline. Rook is Morpheus. He put in parentheses.
Rook is Lawrence Fishburne.
And Brou, he has in parentheses Rob Schneider.
Gotta get, not Rob Schneider.
Roy Schneider.
Well, it could be Rob Schneider for today.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. As I'm talking, I want you to stand up from the couch, and I want you to look and see if you see a tan-looking hairband thing. You see it over there?
Oh, you're gonna put it on your face?
Yeah. I meant to plan this. I forgot, but luckily, this is... Hold on. Pick it up. So Roy Scheider, he has, he should be... people make fun of him. His face, it looks like a rubber band is around his face.
Yeah, he's got a smashed-in nose kind of look.
I'm going to put this hairband on.
He's going to put a hairband on his face. He's doing it right now.
Oh, man, it's not very tight.
Just kind of stretch it a little bit more. Just hold it.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to hold it as I talk as Roy Scheider. So hopefully
Maybe cover your nose a little bit, too.
Cover your nose, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Maybe this will lend... My Roy Scheider impersonation has been lacking, so I think this might help. Hold the landline. And then Bruce says, hold on.
Hold the landline. Like, hold the phone. That's cute.
I think someone's breaking into your car, man.
What the hell are you talking about?
Rook points him to the crime in progress. Squinting his eyes, Brou looks out through the elevator window towards his parking space and confirms Rook's assessment. He takes off towards the stairwell, but stops when he realizes Rook hasn't budged.
Forget the elevator. It's so slow.
Sounds like you're doing a really bad deaf impression. We gotta apologize for that.
No, I'm not.
We have to apologize after that. Alright, anyway.
Not the way I'd take it. Rook bolts towards the elevator and doesn't stop once inside, instead leaping right through the glass. Alright, let's... and then let's just move on to the last bit here. Exterior, the air. Bits of glass plummet right alongside the practical skydiving Rook. He takes notice, nonchalantly puts his shades back on, and looks directly at the camera. Kids, eye protection is essential when imitating dangerous stunts performed by your favorite action stars, or when trying out a wrestling move on your little brother or sister. Alright, we'll stop there and read the next part next week.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't even concentrate. They jumped out the window, but I can't get past your really could be perceived as a Lou Ferrigno impression. Because he's deaf. I just want to sound No, that's awful.
No, I was not
That's
doing
not what we're
a deaf
trying to
guy.
do.
I was doing a...
You're trying to do Rob Schneider or Roy Scheider. Maybe Rob Schneider should come in next week.
Yeah.
What's a Rob Schneider impersonation sound like?
Well, he's, I don't know. He's...
That's pretty good.
Well, I'm trying to think of, like, the characters that he's done. And
I know, he kind of sounds like he sounds like a weird Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm here.
Also, we have Derek G. Brou. Thank you, Derek G. Brou. Here's your jingle. Derek G. Brou. Derek. Thank you, Derek. And we'll see if he has... Wait a minute. It's played automatically.
I thought you were going to sing me White Christmas.
That was an Eckberger.
Yeah, so let's see if Derek G. Brou has continued writing his ongoing buddy cop series called Brou and Rook, based on the names of some of our patrons and Christopher Walken characters. And last week on Brou and the Rook, Rook has just leapt through a glass window.
And they're falling out the window.
Yeah.
And they had a monologue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, interior station lobby, simultaneous, the quiet mundanities of the station lobby at 11:32 on Tuesday morning are horrifically shattered by Rook's ragdoll body smashing through the glass canopy above with explosive force, sending everyone inside running for their lives. In slow motion, he falls another 35 feet, and with impeccable accuracy and grace lands perfectly in a chair in the waiting area, where a neo-Nazi, waiting to be processed, sits with an arm handcuffed to his seat. Chuckling, Rook stands up and brushes the glass off his shoulders. Rook to Nazi. Now this is Roy Scheider.
Do your nose. Hold your nose back.
Now it's raining black men.
Wait a minute. I thought Rook was
I thought you were going to sing me White Christmas.
Lawrence. Oh no, I got it backwards. Okay, it's Lawrence Fishburne. Now it's raining black men. You may want to consider switching sides. You'll soon be outnumbered.
Why are we so bad at this?
I don't know. Holy crap,
Oh,
man.
my God.
No, it is. I
Fucking terrible.
I'm sorry.
At this. We can never remember.
As Rook strides past him, that's Lawrence Fishburne, the shock...
Maybe you should just do both voices all the time.
All the time.
For each line, you just do it twice.
Yeah, and let people take their own editing programs and make their own show with whatever voices they
Oh
want.
my God. All right, yeah.
As Rook strides past him, the shocked Nazi does an open-mouthed double take, pulls a flask out of his breast pocket, tears off a swastika patch sewn into his sleeve, shakes his head in disappointment at the choices he's made, and overhand pitches it all into the garbage.
That's right. Fighting racism.
That's right.
That's what we're doing today.
That fit very well with our... So thank you. That was Brou and the Rook. We'll see what happens next time, and if we get confused again.
Hey, what do you aliens smell like?
And also we have... what's his name?
He's a sponsor. You better get his name right.
I'm telling you, this is like... okay. Derek G. Brou, who mentioned that he was kind of backing out from being a sponsor for a while. He changed his name to Out of Money due to my $1,500 a day habit, in parentheses, Fabergé eggs. He's
a grandfathered in.
Well, you know, he listened to our last podcast where you mentioned he would just be grandfathered in. And he sent us a message, I'm going to hang on one more month, and by then my situation might improve again. He's changing jobs, not working this month.
Oh, okay.
But he says, thanks for the grandfathering option. Since you can no longer look at people's profiles, I'll paste Brou and Rook here. So he has another installment.
New installment.
So, last time on Brou and the Rook, while waiting for an elevator, Rook spots a mysterious figure breaking into Brou's car. Brou takes the stairs. Rook doesn't. Exterior police headquarters day. Brou bounces through the front entrance out into the street towards his 1967 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron, chestnut brown. Winded, he arrives to the scene with Rook already there, questioning a child, the urban youth. The car's passenger window is broken, and the inside has been ransacked. Hey! Startled, the kid tries to run, but Brou nabs him by the collar. Hold up, my man. Rook goes unnoticed.
I finally got you. Oh, you're going down this time, kid. No more breaks. I think a little time in juvie is the only thing that's going to straighten you out.
All right, so this is an urban kid?
Urban kid.
All right.
Do Michael Rappaport.
Hey, wait, you got it all wrong, man. Some guy was trying to jack your wheels. I chased him off.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah? You just do a generic New York accent.
Listen.
Hey. Brou then responds,
Felt like going for a joyride, huh? Tell it to the juvie judge. Judge Juvie.
No, your wheels, man. That black rolly thing in the glove compartment. You feel me? He was looking through it, taking it for a spin.
I knew Michael Rappaport was born for this role, in my opinion.
Completely. Brou's eyes zoom in on the open and empty glove box.
Dear God, no. My Rolodex!
I was trying to tell you. It's gone. I'm sorry. Biting fist, emotional. I didn't want you to see this. And that's the end. I totally forget what the fuck is going on.
I don't remember.
But hey, thank you very much for submitting that.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm here. What I'm saying is ridiculous. I know.
Yeah. So that's him working on the docks. Then we have Derek G. Brou, who has changed his name to Don't Miss the Season Finale of Brou and the Rook.
My God, a season finale.
Yeah, I guess
What does that mean? Where are we going with this? Is it season finale today, or is it next episode?
It looks like he submitted this 3 days ago. It is a long one, so I'm only going to read half of it. So, last time on Bishop and the Concoction. I don't know why. After discovering that his car was broken into and his precious Rolodex lifted, and after Brandon and Kenny realized they have no idea what the fuck is happening in the story anymore.
Yeah, no one does.
Brou thinks he's nabbed the culprit. The young black urban preteen, and now apparently played by Michael Rappaport, is in a scandalous recasting. When will we stop with the Hollywood whitewashing? And now, part one of the thrilling two-part season finale.
Okay, let's do it.
Exterior station day. Brou, played by Ruby. No, wait a minute.
Played by Ruby.
It just says Brou and in parentheses Ruby. Now, wait a minute. Let's think about
Roy
this.
Scheider.
Brou is Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're a thief, you now, you little thief. You're going away for a long time. Grand theft.
Pauses, then more reassured.
Grand theft.
Kid, Michael Rappaport with a backwards cap and sagging pants. What? But I told you it wasn't me, yo. Brou leans in close to his face.
You'll address me as sir from now on. Get me? Yo?
Brou pulls a pair of handcuffs from his pocket, sliding his car keys out with them by mistake. They fall to the ground, and without thinking twice, he picks them up and tosses them onto the front seat. Rook, in parentheses, the red pill.
Lawrence Fishburne, got it.
Wait a minute, Brou. Kid's innocent. I saw the perp run back through the plaza. And anyway, he doesn't smell at all like the offender in question.
Sure, he...
Rook, I swear to Genish, if you tell me you didn't see the crime happening from up there on the 20th floor, but that you smelled it, I'm gonna squeeze one out, right here in front of all these bystanders. Is that a threat? A threat to poop on the sidewalk? Okay.
No, it's a promise. Not to poop on the sidewalk, but rather to shoot you, and to choose my phrasing more carefully in the future. A large crowd of confounded spectators has formed around them, watching the bizarre altercation intently.
Okay, all right, here we are, breaking down.
All right. We got a dangerous man here. Everyone back the fuck up. Rook crosses his arms into his jacket and pulls both of his desert eagles on Brou. The crowd disperses in a panic. Rook in a close-up. But also, nothing to see here, folks. Move along.
Okay, so we're there.
We have a dramatic standoff.
Brou and Rook have a dramatic standoff.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. It's taking a deep, dark turn. Will these guys return as friends next season? If there is a next season.
If there is one.
If they're going to kill each other, who knows? They start off as good friends. Partners, if you will.
Yeah.
Odd men.
And we were hoping that maybe they would find a way to live together. Find a way to get over their differences. I don't know.
At one point they were, but now it's just it's going the wrong way.
Well, we'll see what happens next week.
All right, next week.
Previously on Brou and the Rook, debate rages about which actor portrays which character. So our buddy cops, I believe Brou is supposed to be...
we need to write it down.
Brou. Oh, crap. Which one was Brou? Alright, now which one is it? Brou is...
A little sticky note on my computer that says Brou, parentheses, Rook. Or Brou is
Rook pulls his glasses down in awe.
Brou.
Oh, wait. Oh, that was Lawrence Fishburne. When we last left our heroes, Brooke and Rook. Now, where's your notes? Brou is Lawrence Fishburne. No, Brou is... And now he's really fucking confusing us, because we looked at the poster. Morpheus glasses. We put that in parentheses.
Oh, shit, we did get confused.
Put the poster, then...
Now this is Roy Scheider. Your nose. Hold your nose back. Now it's raining. Black man.
Wait. Brou, played by Ruby. No, wait a minute. Someone's trying to sabotage us and make us look like idiots. How you going? That's what they say.
How you going?
How you going there? So thank you, Aussie Ryan Brown. Thank you, Derek G. Brou, of course.
Brewmaster.
Who is, we have a final installment of this current season.
We left on a little bit of cliffhanger tension brewing,
I think,
dare I say, between the two of them.
Yeah, and I think because I feel like my impressions of Lawrence Fishburne and Roy Scheider have been lacking, so I'm going to change it up. What do you think? I'm going to do, for Brou, I'll be Peter Griffin, and for Rook, I'll do Gilbert Gottfried.
I say just finish off this season as those two.
All right,
fine. We have half an episode, and next season they can come back as Peter Griffin and Gilbert Gottfried.
All right.
Or Bobcat Goldthwait.
Or Bobcat. I don't know. Okay. Last time on Baruxy Brews.
Brou, you got a new partner. Meet Detective Rook.
Woof, woof, woof. Bark, bark. Woof. Rook, I swear to Genish. Brou leaves his keys on the front seat while arresting the urban youth, played by Steve Buscemi. Rook draws heat on Brou, and the writer lets his Patreon subscription lapse by mistake yet again. He allows several embarrassing typos to slip through his usually impeccable filter. Now part 2 of part 1 of the penultimate episode of season 1 of Brou and the Goddamn Rook. Exterior Station Day.
Rook crosses his arms into his jacket and pulls both of his desert eagles on Brou. The crowd disperses in a panic. Brou reciprocates and draws his .44 Magnum, the deadliest handgun on the market that can blow your head clean off. With his free hand, he yanks open the rear door, cuffs the youth, and shoves the poor kid into the back seat. Hey, come on, man, sorry. Hey, come on, man, what's it gonna take for you to have that arc?
Here's some free advice.
Is it Roy Scheider? Who cares?
Here's some free advice. You can push and push for an arc all you want. But in this world, kiddo, all that'll ever get you is a flat line. You started as Roy, ended as Fishburne.
I did?
You did. It's fine.
Alright. With that, he kicks the door shut. The now muffled argument continues outside. Man, screw this. He spots the car keys on the front seat. So I'm a thief, huh? Well, whatever you say then, sir. The kid with his arms handcuffed behind him, he lays down on his back and starts maneuvering to slip his bound hands over his feet. Oh, sorry. I think that was the actual computer I'm using that made the ding noise. Here we go. Exterior simultaneous. The dramatic standoff continues. Brou and Rook circle each other, speaking with the cool, smirking tones of dueling knights. The music is non-diegetic as all hell.
That's a good line.
That's good. The concert bass drum is prominent and unrelenting.
Yeah.
It's all finally coming to a head. You're not going to leave here with that kid in your car.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
Because the station is literally 50 feet away.
I'm a lazy man.
Inside the car, the kid finally gets his hands over his legs. He grabs the keys on the front seat and climbs over. Lazy don't faze me, even dressed in paisley.
That's it. No more Maverick poetry shit. I'm taking this kid in once and for all. And there's nothing you or anyone can do to stop me.
We see the kid's hand push the keys into the ignition. He turns them. The music stops. The car explodes. That's it.
That's it.
Alright.
So the car exploded. They're right next to it.
Yep.
Were they caught in the explosion, possibly? Did they die?
I don't know. This is like the end of an episode of what? Smokey and the Bandit or Dukes of Hazzard? Where they're like, oh, what situation these boys get themselves in now. Alright, well.
The end? Question
mark. Thank you, Derek G. Brou, for
pure insanity.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well written, pure insanity, I will say. I said one day we're going to gather all the scripts and do a live performance somewhere, a live radio performance like a Prairie Home Companion style. We'll get actors and all sound effects and all kinds of crazy things live on stage.
I'm in trouble, man. I always in trouble, man. Worth a couple $100 grand. It's all colors, man. I'm rubber band, man. Like a one-man band. Treat these niggas like the Apollo and I'm the Sandman. Told $100 grand. Cannon in the waistband. Looking for a sweet lick. Well, this is the wrong place, man. Every time telling what I care about a case, man. I'm campaigning to bury the hate. So say you're great.
Woof, woof, woof. Bark, bark, woof. Rook, I swear to Gina,